10:30, no later than drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real? I contemplate about how I feel.
Hey folks, so it is July 4th. The 4th of July just passed. So what is people doing right now? What are the teens doing right now? Searching up what to expect during their high school years. I am an upcoming sophomore, so that means I can give upcoming freshmen advice for their freshman year. I'm gonna keep it really real. I'm gonna keep it 100% with y'all. High school has so many, perspectives to it, and it has some negative and positive connotation to it. So I'm gonna really just tell you what's real and what's not. So I wanted to cover first introduction, and when I say first introduction, I mean an introduction of you as a person and an introduction of your whole school, because everybody's school is different, and some rules that apply to your school doesn't apply to other schools. So it's like you have to go by the grid. So high school is what you make it. It could be good or it could be bad. It's really just how you perceive yourself and how you perceive like your goals and how you go to school. Like if you want to go to school being negative, it's gonna be negative. If you go to school being positive, you will have a positive outlook on your first year of high school. You get way more freedom than you do in elementary and middle school. And that's just a fact. To me, that's a fact. Don't be a class clown. People don't really find that cute or funny anymore. At least to me, like I don't understand the reason why boys and sometimes girls will make an act in front of a whole class. Like you get talked about in the hallways, you get talked about in the next period because you doing what you doing. What are you gaining out of that? What are you gaining out of that? Nothing at all. High school is not what it's like on TV. Like I feel like as a elementary kid and as a middle school kid, we always looked at the TV shows and the movies of teenagers and middle schoolers being in school, and it just looked like the funnest thing on earth. It is not like that at all. No, they have cell phone policies, they have dress code policies, they have skipping policies. It's just everything has rules, and it's so annoying. Most of the times you'll look for certain administrators or certain people that you could be around to do certain things. Some teachers wouldn't let you eat in their classrooms, but you just have to get comfortable with that teacher and whip out a snack. But you can't do that in some other classes. And lunch, it still sucks, except for when they have french fries, then that's when I would eat. But other than that, I would bring a little snack or I would bring my own lunch. And that's just me personally. If you want to eat the little burger patties and those watery nachos, you can do that. But I'm not doing it. Friends will be easy to make. Honestly, if you go into your freshman year with friends, you'll most likely come out of freshman year with the same friends. If you go in high school with no friends and you come out of your freshman year with no friends, you're the problem, because you don't even have to be in the same grade to make friends with people. You don't have to be the same race. You don't have to be in the same, mental level. That's what I'm saying. I probably got friends of every race. That's a lie. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm gonna say I'm friendly with everybody, but I have friends that I could make, So let's talk about schoolwork. Schoolwork becomes homework. If you don't finish something in class, you almost likely have to do it at home. Just finish your work in class or you gonna have to do it at home. Some teachers, they tell you that they're gonna give you homework and they literally give you homework. But me personally, I didn't do no math homework because we were gonna go over it the next day anyways, and she never checked them. So I didn't do no math homework. I didn't do no social studies homework. All of that was classwork to me. I got it done out the way, except for math. I wasn't gonna do the math homework anyway, so bye. Do not procrastinate when you're doing your work. Do not procrastinate. Please, I'm telling you, you would be doing something. They tell you, all right, class, do this for homework, or we're gonna be finished this by that given day. If you don't do it for homework, or if you don't do it by that given day, or you try to do it the day before it's due, you in for a bad result. Like, it makes your time so much harder. Like, the teacher don't care because they could easily put in that 0, but you go ahead and make that group chat. Go ahead and make the group chat on how y'all need to be coming up with the answers to the work, or what's the ideas, and can I get some help, because you gonna need it. Do not mess up your GPA your freshman year. I mean, it's some little way during your freshman year because it's really all about academics, or whether you do at least like a sport per season. Okay, the highest GPA is 4.0, and it could go higher than that. I think a C, a F, even a low B could lower your GPA. Keep it in mind of, oh, I want to have 3.9, 3.8, 3.6, you know. It's really not worth it. Just do right the first time. And your GPA is accounted for, and most people don't want to hear about it or even talk about their GPA, but be the man was going to the counselor office asking, can I take some extra classes, or what are some ways that I can help my grade go up? And they can only help you to a certain extent because you should have did right the first time. Friends. Ooh. Lord, I would say that the whole friend thing, I got that down pat back in middle school, because I started off with a big group of friends, and slowly that group got little. It got way smaller than what it was at the beginning of my 6th grade year. Do not get into big groups of friends and expect that to go like all the way to your high school years. But me, it was like a whole bunch of girls, so it's just like it probably wasn't gonna work anyways. It's just some stuff get carried away, and some people got a policy one and done, and that was me. So with that being said, keep your close friends at a minimum. And when I say close friends, I mean people you've known for a long time and y'all haven't switched up on each other. Maybe 5 people max, 6 max. That's close friends. But sometimes people have best friends, and then you go into like sisters type friendship. Then that's different. It's just not worth the drama. It's not worth the heartbreak if you that sensitive. It is really not all that. Another pointer is, do not tell people your business, your personal business, and do not engage in other people's personal business. When I tell you that engaging in other people's personal business will bite you in your butt, it will. I don't even know how many times that I've tried to be a therapist to somebody and my name get dragged right into their conversations with somebody else. And I was like, I never said that. I was trying to help them out. And then they drag your name through the mud, and it's just like, are you serious? But okay. Because people are crazy. People have problems for real. And it's just that you can't help everybody, and everybody can't help you. I would say branch out. Branching out would be your best bet, because you will have people to go to, like, not even on the emotional level, but you know, just to talk to somebody or just to have them as your friend, period. You could be a freshman and you could be friends with seniors, juniors, and sophomores. You could be friends with the special ed group. You could be friends with the regular ed group. And it's just branch out and do like clubs or sports, because once you do a sport or once you're in a program or a club, you have other access to other people. And some people drive, you know. As a freshman, you're not driving at all. Well, not to school. Maybe outside of school you driving. But in school, a freshman isn't driving. You're either carpooling, riding the bus, or you have an older cousin, brother, sister, or family friend that picks you up and drive you to school and drop you back off home. If you ride the bus and you friends with the upperclassmen and they drive, can you drive me home? And sometimes they may even offer to drive you home. You just have to be that good of a person. Like, reality versus real. Everybody has watched High School Musical. High school isn't like that. So when I tell you your heart is gonna be broken, you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry. But I'm pretty sure that was a school of the arts or whatever. But it's not like High School Musical, and it's not like Victorious. 9 times out of 10, you will not get bullied. I'm sorry to say it, but I seen a couple TikToks of upcoming freshmen that was like, I know one thing, I bet I come in this high school and get bullied. You're gonna make more friends than you make enemies, to be honest, if you that type of person. If you come in there to be dramified, then sucks for you, and grow up. Bullying isn't really a thing at school. You could get charged for that. Can you, like, on a student level, I think you can get charged for that. I don't know what I'm talking about about getting charged, but detention is not really real. The word detention is not real, okay? It is ISS, in school suspension. It's really just leading up to whatever discipline system they have, and you get sent to ISS, then OSS, which is out of school suspension, and then you have alternative school. But it can be different other states. But in mine and in my county, it's really just ISS. So don't go to ISS, because ISS, let me tell you, ISS, it mess with your exemption for final exams. Final exams, I can't stress it enough, you do not want to take. That is a test that counts for a full semester of everything that you learn. And if you forget something that happened in January, then you will have to take the test in May. And you're not gonna remember nothing in January. They give you study guides, but it's really not worth it. And I had to take mine both times. Well, my first semester I took every single one of them except for my social studies one. In my second semester I took two. And that's all because of my absence. And if you've been to ISS, then you can exempt. If you've been to OSS, you can exempt. And then a whole bunch of other stuff. That another pointer under this is you would not eat in the bathrooms. Like, ew, that is so disgusting. You're not gonna be eating in the bathrooms. I know they've shown that most of the times on TV, but that's not part of the experience. Like, that is just nasty. Like, ew. Cliques are not real. You know, jogs, cheerleaders, nerds, like the emo people. It's just, they're not real. They are, but they aren't. Like, you don't have designated lunch tables for that. They are there in the school, but they're not together, if that makes sense. The thing is, jokes aren't real. You just have that handful of students that know that you know play a sport really good, that they're good in football or soccer or basketball, but they do not hang with each other all the time like you see on TV. So things that you should do. For one, I think you should get a locker because you're gonna need it. That book bag is gonna be heavy. For my school, at first we start off with textbooks at a time, then we switched to laptop. Your back is gonna be hurting, your shoulders gonna be hurting. So just invest in that locker, sweetheart. Invest in the locker, because that's gonna save you so much time. It might be hard going back and forth to classes, but some teachers are very lenient about it, so they'll let you go to your locker. So that's probably just like the best bet that you do have, because who wants to be carrying around a heavy book bag all the time? And sometimes even a locker doesn't really help with the problem. Like, you could have some of the most littlest stuff in your book bag and your book bag will still be heavy. Get a good sturdy book bag. Do not get a cheap book bag. I know some people that's all they can afford, or they just really don't care, but just get a durable book bag, because sometimes the straps, they lose cushion because they're always on your shoulders. Sometimes you have the straps coming apart, like losing thread and stuff, and it gets weathered. So I get a new book bag every 2 years, because you don't need a new book bag every year. Stay drama free. It's just people would take something to the extreme, and fighting isn't how it is back then. People are bound to have weapons with them. They shoot guns. And do not fight at school, because school is where you have a reputation at. Outside of school, who cares? Go to the local park, go pull up at somebody's house. I'm just playing. Do not do that. So do right the first time. Not go to summer school because you was lazy to do your work. You'll have so much time on your hands because you did right the first time, you know? Get involved. I am in RTC, so I went to some events and stuff. My freshman year, I wish I would have done more. I really wish I would have done more than what I did do. But, you know, I feel like freshman year is all about learning and getting comfortable first, then, you know, doing exactly what you want to do your sophomore or, you know, later years. Attempt to push yourself academically. I say this because you want to do right and you want to get out of high school and be successful. So if you know that you could take a class, like an AP class or an honors class, and it'll get you right where you want to be, and you don't have to take it like in your junior year or your senior year, do that early instead of waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to get to school at 8 o'clock. Then you could go the time that period you need to go to then. What some people might be interested in is relationships. As of right now, you're 14, 15, but when you get to high school, you're gonna think that some of the juniors, some of the seniors, some of the sophomores are cute, but you're gonna be attracted to the upperclassmen. And have fun, have at it, but just make sure you're being safe, because you are gonna have that upperclassman fling or whatever. It's just really bound to happen. Even if you don't think that it will happen, you will have you know, some dealings up in there. We're not grown. We're not grown. No. Some of y'all might think you are, but you're not. But you get some people like that. You get the school HOE, get the ranking list. Oh my God, they have had the HOE list. They do like a whole Snapchat thing, and it gets sent to all the schools. People just end up on the list, and it's really just like, oh my gosh, that girl goes to my school and she's on the list. But we knew that already. Word gets around school pretty fast. So some of the teachers might even know, because you talk about it in class, you talk about it in the hallways, you talk about it on your phone and social media. So it's really just your business is bound to get out there. You can't get mad if you get put on that list. I'm sorry to say it, but it ain't my fault, y'all. It ain't my fault. So that's the end of the video. I really hoped I helped and covered some of the important things of your freshman year. I mean, it's different for everybody, you know. Just make sure your experience is good. If you have a bad experience, I'm sorry, but just do you. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to me if you see this video. Yeah.